Let's move on to historical semantics, which is essential to understand the change in meaning. Historical semantics usually studies the change of meaning in time, how meaning changes in various ages, and what could possibly be the previous image of a meaning and what is the present form of a meaning. Historical semantics looks into these changes, especially changes which are made in the meanings of words. A great deal of work in linguistics and semantics has been of historical nature. Interestingly, the original meaning of the word semantics were about the development and change of meaning. Let's have a look at various kinds of changes that usually occur in meaning with the phases of history. If you have a look at the slide in front of you, you see we have narrowing, widening, and there is a list. In order to explain them, we can see that the word meat was originally or previously used for the food in general, but now it is being used for only one kind of food, which is meat. And then the words do widen up their meanings also. For example, the word bird was once used for nesting only, but now it is used for the birds in general. Metaphors, for example, the word bitter comes from the phenomena of biting. So now it has become a metaphorical use. Then we have metonymy, where we can construct words or we can change the meaning of words which are based on the nearness in space and time. For example, the word jaw has been constructed from the word cheek. Synecdoche, we have whole part relationship, we create new words. We have, in this regard, we have the word town and fence. Then hyperbolic expressions, we have stronger to weaker meaning. For example, astound comes from strike with thunder. It originally was used for strike with thunder, but now it is being used for your reaction of astonishment only. So it has got weaker meaning now. Similarly, litotes, which is weaker to stronger meaning. For example, the word kill was originally used for tormenting somebody or something, but now it is used to kill somebody. That means it has got stronger meaning now. We have degeneration and elevation in meanings as well. For example, the word boy, the word knave was originally used for the boy, and now it has been degenerated for a man or a boy who do not follow certain ethical codes. Similarly, the word knight was originally used for the boy, and now it is being used for a person who has a dignified stature and is being gifted by some honor by the government or by a king. So knight has got some special or elevated meanings now. There must be certain reasons for such semantic changes. One of the possible reasons may be the generalization of meanings. For example, the word arrive originates in Latin adipere, which means movement that ends at the banks of a river. So a particular movement is now generalized to a certain kind of movement which is general in nature or movement in general. We also have a reason of specialization of meaning. For example, girl was originally used for children in general, but now it is being used only for the female children. So its meaning has been specialized or narrowed down. Some changes are merely accidental or they just happen by chance. For example, the word money is related to Latin word moneo, which means won. But the word money was constructed because the money was made in the temple of goddess Juno Moneta, which is situated in Rome. So because of the similarity of the name of this particular temple, this new production was named as money. And then some changes arise from new needs. For example, the word car was once an obsolete word for chariot. unless the new need of emerged with the invention of motor car. One powerful source for change in meaning is the taboo words or taboo meanings. People usually hesitate to say taboo words or convey taboo meanings straight away. They use replacement terms, or they change these terms with some pleasant ones or less unpleasant ones. One of the typical examples of such is that we avoid saying taboo words and we try to use the words from another language when we have to convey such meaning. For example, we use the word bathroom or washroom instead of using our local terms used for such places. Similarly, in English, the terminology for bathrooms and washrooms kept on changing with the passage of time. For example, they had terms like privy, lavatory, toilet, bathroom, and loo. And there's so many other terms used in the same or used for the same place. Historical linguistics or comparative philology constructs the history of language, and while doing so, they also make a comparison between different languages, especially those languages who appear to have a common source. In this regard, they establish sound laws to show, for example, the correlation between various sounds in different languages. For example, the sound of pa in Romance languages with the sound of pa in Germanic languages. This depends knowing that the words have common origin or they have some similarity of meanings. In this regard, we can see that English word acre can be related to a Latin word ager, which means field or agriculture. So, the study of the region and uses of particular words is called etymology. Etymology looks into the various uses or meanings of a word in the history, and etymological dictionaries always include such information, especially the most recent ones about various words. A major difficulty in this regard is that there are no or original meanings of a word, because sometimes meanings keep on changing so frequently that it's very hard to find the original or true meanings, because human languages stretch too far in the history. For example, the word nice means precise in a sentence like a nice, a distinction. But it would be surprising for you to know that once this word nice meant silly. So now it is being used almost in the opposite meanings of what it was being used in the past. And part of the difficulty is also for a layman that the words are not the same often as they seem to be. For example, the word gooseberry has nothing to do with the geese. Similarly, strawberry is not directly connected with the use of straw to protect this fruit. In order to avoid such difficulties, it is always recommended to go for the synchronic study first and diachronic studies later, because in order to look into the changes into the meanings of words in words of language, it's important to see how the meanings were constructed or changed in a particular time. And that's why it is recommended that synchronic study of language and meaning is more important than diachronic study of the meaning of a language.